All right, I'm live. I'm gonna send this to yep on YouTube. There we go.
We should just keep it casual. I can play these games better than you. Gotta have your friends asking, can
Yeah. All right, let's get started. So what's good, YouTube? Raymania is back in the building, back in blazes, and tonight I'm gonna talk about an album that was that's influential within music, which includes R&B, soul, funk, jazz, and it's Stevie Wonder's 15th album, Talking Book, which was released in 1972 by Tamla Records. Yeah, the 15th. Um, it was released on October 27th, 1972. It was recorded from May to July in 1972. The singles off the album are Superstition and You Are the Sunshine of My Life. Like those are the two hit singles of the album. And the producers are Stevie Wonder, Robert McAuliffe, and Malcolm Cecil. The genre of Talking Book is progressive soul, funk, soul, rock, and jazz. So, so I'm gonna get into the brief key points on how Stevie Wonder's Talking Book was produced and what made it highly influential within music. Released in 1972, Stevie Wonder's Talking Book was a groundbreaking album produced by Wonder alongside Robert McAuliffe and Malcolm Cecil, featuring heavy use of the Tonto synthesizer. It revolutionized music by blending R&B with electronic textures, establishing the artist as a one-man band capable of playing, arranging, and producing complex, socially conscious songs like Superstition. Key productions and technical points. Tonto synth. Wonder collaborated with producers, engineers Robert McAuliffe and Malcolm Cecile, who used the original New Timbral Orchestra Tonto, a massive custom-built Moog synthesizer to create unique polyphonic electronic textures. The one-man band approach. Wonder played almost all instruments, including including clavinet, Fender Rhodes, and drums, shifting away from Motown's traditional session musician approach. Innovative soundscapes. Ins- Instead of standard string sections, the album replaced them with synthesizers, orchestras, and layered funk-driven clavinet, creating a warm, synth-heavy, and soulful sound. Creative collaborations. While sub-produced, the album featured contributions from guitarist Jeff Beck, notably on Superstition, and lyrics co-written with Sarita Wright. Why was it why was it highly influential? Redefined R&B and pop. The album set a new standard for blending soul music with electronic, experimental, and funk elements, making the album very eclectic in its production. Popularized synthesizers. It was a crucial landmark album that brought the Moog synthesizers into the mainstream and demonstrated its potential beyond novelty sounds. Autonomy, autonomy in production. It solidified the role of the singer-songwriter as producer, giving artists total creative control, which was rare for Motown at the time. Afro-futurist aesthetics. The album cover and sound signaled a futuristic yet deeply personal approach that shaped the direction of 1970s music. In all, Talking Book became a critical and commercial success, launching a string of albums that solidified Wonder's status as a musical genius. Now, what does the title Talking Book represent? So, Stevie, what does the title Talking Book means within when referring to Stevie Wonder's album? Stevie Wonder's Talking Book title signifies the album as a collection of personal stories and musical chapters where each song as, as a spoken word entry expressing his intimate feelings, social and political views. The title also references how blind individuals read using recording talking books, also known as audiobooks. The key aspects of the title's meaning. A storybook of life. Wonder intended for the album to be a musical diary or a narrative of his emotions and experiences. The talking book medium. As a blind artist, the title plays on the concept of audiobooks, which were commonly referred to as talking books. Direct communication. The liner notes in Braille, which were included on the original album cover, also contain a message affirming the album's purpose to share his music and feelings. And oop, and cues in the building. Um, Hey Q, what's up? Yep, Q's in the building. Talking Book is considered a turning point in Wonder's career, marking his transition into an independent and experimental artist. Now, what does the album cover? Now, what does the album cover signify within Talking Book by Stevie Wonder? So this is the album cover right here. Very dope album cover, very influential album cover. Album cover. The album cover for Talking Book signifies a pivotal shift towards artistic independence, Afrofuturism, and intimate communication with his audience, marking his evolution from a Motown child star to a mature singer-songwriter. Photographed by producer Robert McAuliffe, the cover features Wonder in African-style robes, jewelry, and cornrows, representing a quasi biblical or a prophetic image. Braille inclusion. Talking Book was the first major album to feature Braille on its album cover, which spelled out Stevie's name and the album's title. This highlighted the album's themes as a personal, communicative book of songs, with the inside gatefold featuring a message to his fans. Here's my music. Is all I have to tell you how I feel. Know that your love keeps me strong. Afrofuturism and independence. The imagery, a quasi biblical desert landscape, actually shot in Los Angeles, showcased a deliberate embrace of African fashion, and alongside the technological futuristic sound of the Moog synthesizer, so solidified an aesthetic of Afrofuturism. This reflected his independence from a strict Motown formula. Chapters in the story. The title suggested by associate producer Malcolm Cecil was designed to treat the songs as chapters that tell a full personal story of love, heartbreak, and social commentary. Visual symbolism. The gatefold sleeve in their photo features a silhouette of Wonder against a sunrise, further emphasizing the idea of a new dawn in his career, and a personal, inward-looking soulful vision. Overall, the cover served as a visual representation of the album's content, a deeply intimate, technologically advanced, and emotionally honest musical statement. And those are the key informations to know about the album. So, but the album itself is split into two parts. Track so there's 10 tracks total, 5 on side 1, 5 on side 2. 5 plus 5 equals 10. So that's 10 tracks. And let's get started with the first track. The first track is "You Are the Sunshine of My Life." Um, very dope way to start the album. Um, so pretty much, this is a single released by Stevie Wonder, and it became Wonder's third #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, and his first #1 on the Easy Listening chart. It won Wonder a Grammy Award for best male pop vocal performance, and was nominated for both Record uh, of the Year and Song of the Year. This song was the sing. This song was the second single following Superstition, released from the 1972 album entitled "Talking Book," which stayed at number one on the R&B albums chart for 3 weeks. Rolling Stone ranked the song at number 183 on their list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. Billboard called it a soft, haunting ballad with outstanding electric piano runs and outstanding production work. So what's the message? So what's the message behind "You Are the Sunshine of My Life"? So the message of "You Are the Sunshine of My Life" by Stevie Wonder is a heartfelt declaration of love, e- e- expressing that the the the, recep- the recipient brings indispensable joy, warmth, and light into the singer's life. It serves as a classic expression of deep, lasting affection. Key aspects of the message: the meaning. The lyrics convey that a specific person is vital, providing warmth and happiness, essentially acting as the light that keeps the singer's world from being dark and boring. It is often used to express deep devotion to a romantic partner, child, or loved one. Writ- Written and produced by Stevie Wonder during a period where he gained full critical control over his music, and the song has become a timeless, popular, and heartwarming sentiment. So, very great song. Like the production is very calm. Like it's very calm, melodic. It's very smooth. Very like if you're into easy listening music, then then this song is perfect for like you know being re- relaxing and just spending time with your loved one to the fullest. So this is a nice way. So this this is a nice way to start the album. You are the sunshine of my life. Now track two is maybe your baby. Very dope song right here. Maybe your baby. Maybe your baby. This is this is one of the longest one of the longer tracks of the album. So the meaning of maybe your baby is a funk driven song exploring intense paranoia, jealousy, and fear of infidelity. It features a dark, heavy bass line and depicts the protagonist's emotional breakdown while suspecting their partner is messing around. Paranoia, meaning and key themes. Paranoia and insecurity. The song delves into the psychological distress of believing a partner is unfaithful, with lyrics describing describing feeling deeper into oneself and fear that is scaring me to death. Doubt and cynicism. The chorus acting as a mocking voice suggests the partner has made other plans, feeling the singer's insecurities. Musical tone, compared to the first track, which is more calm, light, and melodic and smooth. Maybe your babe, maybe maybe your baby has a more gritty, dark, and heavy funk sound, featuring a prominent gritty guitar line from Ray Parker Jr., contributing to the intense atmosphere. Context within the album. Talking Book explores various emotions, and maybe your baby represents the pain of love side of the album, complementing the more joyful or social themes elsewhere. Usage examples. The lyrics, maybe your baby done made some other plans. Maybe your baby done made some other plans. As a recurring taunting phrase, reflecting the fear of infidelity. The song is often used to exemplify Stevie Wonder's mastery of the funk clavinet sound during his classic period. Synonyms and related concepts. Themes include romantic insecurity, jealousy, suspicion, infidelity, emotional torment, and betrayal. The song stands out for its raw, dark, emotional vulnerability, contrasting with the more romantic "You and I." We can conquer the world on the same album. So very great song. Like the message. A a stark contrast to the rest of the album, which is more, which talks about, which covers love, love and social themes. This one has a more darker, more grimy sound, and yeah. So yeah, very great song. Um, maybe your baby. Now, track three is You and I, We Can Conquer the World. A very, very great ballad by Stevie Wonder. It is a soul ballad, and Wonder is also credited for playing piano and tonto synthesizer on the song. There are cover versions of the song. Um, One is by Barbara Streisand in the sixth season episode of Good Times. Yes, yes, the OG Good Times, not the remake Good Times, but the OG Good Times. Michael Evans performs the song at the wedding of his sister Thelma to Keith Anderson. Santita Jackson performed it at the 1992 wedding of 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 Barack and Michelle Obama. O'Brien recorded the song at the title cut from his 1983 album of the same name, You and I. Joe Cocker also did it as well for his album Organic. Vesta Williams also did a cover, as well as Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, Michael Michael Bublé, Macy Gray, and Jabe Collier, and also George, and also rest in peace George Michael. But Stevie Wonder's "You and I," like his but Stevie Wonder's "You and I" is a very great ballad. So, and this is a classic. I mean, this song should not be missed by by everyone. Like this song is very iconic. It's iconic for a reason. Um, "You and I" is a romantic ballad about finding lasting love, focusing on deep gratitude, companionship, and the feeling that a couple can conquer the world together. It emphasizes emotional, spiritual connection and finding strength in a partner, highlighting a devotion that lasts through life. True love and gratitude. The, the song celebrates finding a perfect match, emphasizing, I am glad at least in my life I found someone. The lyrics suggest that the couple's bond makes them invincible, but the refrain, in my mind, we can conquer the world. Spiritual connection, what wonder notes, God, God has made us fall in love, is true, framing the relationship as divinely inspired. Enduring commitment, the singer expresses a desire for the partner to take by his side until my life is through. Here we are on earth together, is you and I. But I found, but I found strength in you to 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 see me through. Cause in my mind, you will stay here all. You will stay here always. And the themes include devotion, partnership, everlasting love, soulmates, and resilience. So all in all, classic ballad by Stevie Wonder. Um, Very iconic, very soulful, and very heartwarming too. So very great ballad, "You and I." And track four is "Tuesday Heartbreak." Again, another very dope track where this one revolves around but this one revolves around where yeah, Tuesday Heartbreak, it explores the painful, mundane reality of heartbreak, expressing a desperate desire to be with someone who has moved on to another person. It highlights the feeling of unrequited love and the emotional drag of dealing with heartbreak on an ordinary, unfair workday. Meaning and theme, the lyrics center on longing for a lover who no longer cares for or has found someone else. It captures a sense of desperation to hold on to a feeling relationship, as highlighted in the lyrics. I wanna be with you when the nighttime comes. I wanna be with you when the daytime comes. So yeah, very great. So yeah, very great lyrics right there. Um, the context, the song features a lighter, almost joyful musical tone. It clearly accepts that contrast with the sad, desperate lyrical content, highlighting the complexity of emotions. The song explores themes of unrequited love, desperation, romantic heartbreak, rejection, and jealousy. Use such examples context in relationships. It represents the feeling of the feeling of being stuck on someone who has moved on, cause you say that you found another man. emotional state. It captures the drag of living with a broken heart during everyday life. In music, is a key example of 1970s soul funk with a, as described in the New York Times, jazzy number feel, often often associated with the, as described in the New York Times, most neglected day of the week. The song, which was part of, of the talking book era, re- reflects a time of intense personal and creative change for Wonder. So, very great song. Love the lyrics. Love the message. And again, I love Stevie's vocals. He killed it. He killed it. So, very great song. Tuesday Heartbreak. Now, I'm gonna go to Genius for this one for these ones. Track 5 is "You Got It Bad Girl." You've got it bad, girl. This one's a very this one is a calm melodic track right here. This is written by Von Wright. Um, this song was actually, yeah, the song was actually written by Von Wright, who obviously did a great deep lyrical with his masterpiece here. One one Wonder's lyrics and instrumentation made this song a good jam. Um, in summary, the whole song is about not holding back your feelings. It just let them be. So very great. Very cool song here. Like very melodic, very smooth. Great song for night for like great great song for nighttime. If you want to make love in the night. So very cool song. You Got a Bad Girl. Now track 6 is Very Superstitious. Yep, Superstition. This one was the first single off the album. Superstition was a pivotal shift not only in Stevie Wonder's career, but also in popular black music. The song in some way represents the end of the civil rights movement and the sound of integration Motown was providing. As the Black Power movement was getting steam, soul and funk music was about to become the predominant form of black musical expression. And Superstition represents the beginning of that shift. Superstition is Stevie Wonder's lead single from his 15th album, Talking Book. The song topped the Billboard Hot 100. The song topped the Billboard Hot 100 in Billboard's Hot Soul Singer charts in January of 1973 and was certified gold in the UK. So what did that need to be said about Superstition? Classic. It's a classic song, iconic. It was everywhere, all across the world. You cannot escape this song. Like the song was everywhere, everywhere. So yeah, enough said. Superstition, masterpiece. Now track 7 is Big Brother. Um, Very cool track right here. Th- th- this one taps into the more bluesy electric folk song that was influenced by the book. Yeah, this one taps into the bluesy electric folk song, but which was influenced by the book 1984, written by George Orwell. The song makes numerous references to the book in various verses. As was often the case on Stevie Wonder's songs, Wonder himself played every instrument on the recording. So going into emphasis of Big Brother by Stevie Wonder. Big Brother is the overlord in George Orwell's classic novel 1984, a story of a world where citizens are constantly monitored and forced to comply, awash in a stream of propaganda trying to convince them the government knows what's best. This song is Stevie Wonder's take on the story, which comes from a historical perspective. Wonder enjoyed learning about history in school and was struck by, excuse me, and was struck by how advanced civilizations in, inevitably, inevitably collapsed. He saw how this could happen in America. I speak of the history, the heritage of the violence, or the negativeness of being able to see what's going on with minority people. He told Rolling Stone in 1973. Seemingly, it's going to continue to be this way. Sometimes, unfortunately, violence is a way things get violence is a way things get accomplished. Big Brother was something to make people aware of the fact that after all said and done, that I don't have to none, that I don't have none of the, nothing that I don't have to do nothing to you, meaning that people are not power players. We don't have to do anything to them because they're gonna cause their own country to the fall. Which that's a very true statement. Stevie Wonder was 22 when he released the song on his album Talking Book. By then, Motown Records have had granted him total freedom, so he spends lots of time in the studio with two brilliant engineers, Robert McAuliffe and Malcolm Cecil, who built him a custom synthesizer. Cecil would sometimes read to Wonder as he read him parts of 1984. According to McAuliffe, Wonder came in one day and said he had a new song. It's not another. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not another love song. Is it? No. I wrote about Big Brother. He replied. McAuliffe told the Network Times, the real essence of what drove me towards Stevie and the really deeply emotional commitment that lasts even to this day is his p- political sensibility and his real understanding of the black condition. Really, we need more Stevie Wonders today. Wonder did all the singing and played all the instruments on the song, including including clavinet, harmonica, drums, and moog bass. So, in a way, very dope song because because of how it's relevant in like these social issues regarding racism, discrimination, and pretty much everything. Like as a black man myself, and also other people, black, brown, or in marginalized groups, they go through racism and other trials and tribulations, like all the like all the they gone through this, and it's still happening to this very day. Like racism and disc, discrimination is still happening. Like it never it never fade away, and that's the sad truth that racism is still going on, even though people like say, "Oh no, racism." No, it's still going on. Like black people are racist towards black people, and they also go through a lot of social, and also they go through so many trials and tribulations, and they have to fight their way to enlightenment. And and even in the past, even in the past, black black people had to go through so much hardships, which can range which can range from slavery to all sorts of extreme hurdles that we had to overcome as black people, and and also for the next generations. So very great song, very socially aware. So yeah, very great song, Big Brother. Track 8 is Blame It on the Sun. This was a very good track right here. Um, Blame It on the Sun is a poignant ballad about the heartbreak of a crumbling relationship, exploring themes of denial, guilt, and the desperate attempt to avoid taking responsibility for love's end. Co-written with Sarita Wright during their own separation, it reflects on the pain of loss, the metaphor of external blame. The lyrics written by Sarita Wright de- describe looking for reasons for a broken relationship in external factors like the sun that doesn't the sun that didn't shine, the wind, trees, the tide, and time. This symbolizes the human tendency to deflect blame onto uncontrollable circumstances, but rather than facing the painful reality of, of a failed partnership. Internal truth versus external excuses. Despite the verses blaming nature, the chorus reveals the underlying painful truth. But but my heart blames it on me. Your heart blames it on you this time. It highlights a conflict between the desperate need to find a scapegoat and the deep personal knowledge of one's own role in the heartbreak. Context of loss. The song is a low point in the Talkable album, representing the desperate, representing the despair that follows or leads up to the the end of love. Poetic expression. The lyrics are considered poetic yet direct, showcasing the raw emotional turmoil of a relationship going wrong. All in all, the song highlights that even when trying to blame outside forces, the heart often knows the truth of its own responsibilities. So great track right here. Love the message, like the lyrics. Stevie Wonder's vocals, he killed it. Very great song. But blame it on the sun. Track 9 is Looking for Another Pure Love. Uh, a very interesting track right here. This one is more like, again, like this goes back to the the calm, sweet, melodic production. Again, Stevie Wonder's his vocals are great on this track. Come on. So, Looking for Another Pure Love. So, Looking for Another Pure Love fits the latter category. So, Looking for Another Pure Love fits the latter category as Stevie has lost his girl and seeks a replacement. He was going through some ups and downs in, in his personal life, dealing with a divorce from fellow songwriter Sarita Wright around the time he was making the album. Wright, though, kept working with Stevie and even co-wrote a song on the album, Blame It on the Sun. The main instrument on this one is the Fender Rhodes piano, which Stevie played himself. In the studio, his engineers set an array of instruments he could easily assess, and even create a system for him to control multiple synthesizers at once. Wonder spent a lot of time in the studio working on his own, at often at a very odd hours. On this track, he also played Moog bass and drums. So very great track, very calm and melodic. Very great song. Looking for another pure love. And and the last track is I believe when I fall in love, it'll be forever. Um, Very nice way to end the album. This one, I believe I fall in love forever. Again, a classic. Again, another iconic track where this track is a anthem anthemic soulful ballad about overcoming deep emotional isolation to finding lasting love. The song shifts from a dark, lonely opening to a triumph, joyous celebration of love as a forever commitment, often interpreted as both romantic and spiritual. And the key themes are overcoming isolation, the power of love, spiritual undertones. For example, God surely answered my prayer, which reflects the themes of faith and divine guidance, highlighting a belief that true love is a blessing and a forever commitment. So very iconic song by Stevie Wonder. The, the production, enough said. Stevie Wonder's vocals, enough said. The message, enough said. Iconic. And that's the end of Talking Book. So all in all, um, very great, very dope album by Stevie Wonder. Um, the 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 message, the messages, enough said. The production, enough said. Stevie Wonder, him as a musical genius and very talented, enough said. His vocals, spot on. Very great singer. Um, this whole album is very influential and very revolutionary. Not just in R&B and soul music, but also in funk music. In just music in general. Like the, this whole album is very influential and revolutionary, and it paved the way for other classic, back in the day, in the past or modern classics. It paved the way for other albums that also fall under very eclectic genres, ranging from soul to funk to R&B to jazz to Afrofuturism. So with that being said, Talking Book as a whole, so that's my fi- final verdict for Talking Book. Talking Book g- 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 gets an A rating. Um, it's very influential. It's innovative, and it paved the way for other classic R&B albums or other albums that range from soul to funk to jazz to rock, to to be listened to and be entertained by a lot of people within this generation. So that's my final rating for Talking Book. It's an A. It's an A rating because one is influential, two is iconic, and three because it's Stevie Wonder. He's a musical genius, and without him, there would be other great artists out here too. So that's the end of my review for Talking Book. So I'm gonna end this off right here. So my next review would be Soul to Soul, um, Club Classics Volume 1. That's going to be on February 15th at 8 o'clock. So this is Raymania Studios, aka Rayshawn Butler, and I'll see you in the next live stream. Peace, and Stevie Wonder, thank you for being very influential